My beloved child, listen closely to these words I speak to your lonely heart. Today, I see how isolated you feel, how the silence echoes around you, how the emptiness seems to consume you. I feel every ache of loneliness, every pang of abandonment, every tear shed in solitude. But I want you to know a truth deeper than your feelings. I am with you always, not just in the bright moments when you feel my presence, not only in the sacred spaces where you seek my face, not merely in the worship times when your spirit soars. I am with you in every moment, every breath, every heartbeat. My presence is more constant than the air you breathe, more steady than the ground beneath your feet. I see how people have left you, how relationships have crumbled, how promises have been broken. The empty chair at your table, the unanswered messages on your phone, the silence where loved ones used to be. I see it all. But remember this, while others may leave, I remain. While others may forget, I remember. While others may abandon, I stay. Think of how I've demonstrated my faithful presence throughout history. Was I not with Joseph in the pit and the prison? Was I not with Moses in the desert and the deliverance? Was I not with David in the caves and the castle? Was I not with Daniel in the lion's den? That same unwavering presence is yours today, tomorrow, and forever. When darkness surrounds you and fear whispers that you're alone, I am there. When silence engulfs you and doubt suggests I've left, I am there. When tears fall in the night and loneliness claims no one cares, I am there. My presence isn't dependent on your feelings. It's guaranteed by my promise. I hear those prayers you whisper in the dark, wondering if anyone is listening. I feel those tears you cry in secret, thinking no one sees. I know those fears that haunt you, in the quiet moments, believing you must face them alone. But beloved, you have never been alone, not for a single moment. Remember how I promised never to leave you or forsake you? That wasn't just a comforting phrase. It was a covenant sealed with my very life. When others break their promises, mine stand firm. When others change their minds, my commitment remains. When others walk away, I draw closer. Your loneliness tells you that no one understands, but I know every thought before you think it. Your fear suggests that no one cares, but I number every hair on your head. Your pain whispers that no one sees, but I catch every tear you cry. You are known, seen, and loved more deeply than you can comprehend. I am not a distant God who watches from afar. I am Emmanuel, God with you. In your joys and sorrows, in your triumphs and failures, in your laughter and tears, I am there. My presence goes before you, walks beside you, and guards behind you. You are surrounded by my love. Look at how creation testifies to my constant presence. The sun that rises faithfully each morning, the stars that shine consistently each night, the seasons that cycle dependably each year. If I am this faithful to my creation, how much more faithful am I to you, my beloved child? Those moments when you feel most alone, they're opportunities to experience my presence more deeply. Those times when others have left, they're invitations to lean more fully into my embrace. Those seasons of isolation, they're sacred spaces where I draw you closer to my heart. Even now, as these words reach your heart, I am closer to you than your next breath. In the midst of your loneliness, in the depth of your pain, in the silence of your struggles, I am here. My presence isn't just a comfort, it's a promise. Not just a hope, it's a reality. Not just a feeling, it's an unchangeable truth. I understand the ache of feeling forgotten. I know the pain of being betrayed. I experienced the agony of abandonment when my own creation turned away. When I cried out on the cross, "Why have you forsaken me?" It was so you would never have to feel truly forsaken. My momentary separation purchased your eternal connection. As you reflect on this truth, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to join our community of faith and inspiration. Stop measuring my presence by your emotions. Stop gauging my nearness by your circumstances. Stop determining my faithfulness by your feelings. I am not bound by human perception or limited by earthly understanding. My presence transcends your senses, outlasts your emotions, and overcomes your doubts. Remember how I walked with Adam in the garden, led Israel by cloud and fire, dwelt in Solomon's temple? That same God now makes his home in you. You're not just visited by my presence, you're filled with it. Not just touched by my spirit, you're temples of it. Not just near to my heart, you're sealed in it. When the world grows dark around you, I am your light that never dims. When voices of doubt surround you, I am your truth that never changes. When feelings of loneliness overwhelm you, I am your companion who never leaves. My presence isn't just with you, it's within you, transforming you, sustaining you. I see how you search for comfort in other places, in relationships that can't fulfill, in achievements that don't satisfy, in distractions that don't last. But beloved, true comfort isn't found in what surrounds you, but in who lives within you. I alone can fill the void that echoes in your heart. Those nights when sleep eludes you, I am there, watching over you. Those mornings when anxiety greets you, I am there, calming your spirit. Those afternoons when loneliness shadows you, I am there, embracing your heart. Every moment of every day, my presence encompasses you completely. You don't have to perform to keep my presence. You don't have to prove yourself to maintain my nearness. You don't have to earn my companionship. My presence in your life isn't based on your perfection. It's secured by my promise, sealed by my love, guaranteed by my character. Let this truth sink deeply into your spirit. You are never alone. Not when others reject you. Not when friends forsake you. Not when family fails you. My presence is your constant companion, your unchanging support, your eternal security. Nothing can separate you from my love. In those moments when you feel most isolated, remember, I am the God who found Hagar in the desert, met Jacob at Bethel, spoke to Moses from the bush, and walked with the disciples to Emmaus. I am still the God who seeks, finds, speaks, and walks with his beloved children. Your loneliness may be real, but it's not the final word. Your isolation may be painful, but it's not the whole story. Your abandonment may be deep, but it's not your destiny. For I am with you, not just as a concept to believe, but as a presence to experience, a love to know, a relationship to enjoy. Let my presence be more real to you than your loneliness. Let my faithfulness be more convincing than your fears. Let my love be more powerful than your pain. For I am not just with you in theory. I am with you in reality, closer than your own heartbeat, more constant than time itself. When others misunderstand you, I know every thought before you think it. When others judge you, I see the true intentions of your heart. When others distance themselves, I draw even closer. My presence isn't dependent on your performance or limited by your imperfections. It's secured by my unchanging love. Think of how I've proven my faithful presence throughout Scripture. I was with Noah through the flood, with Abraham through the wilderness, with Ruth through her loss, with Esther through her crisis. That same presence that guided them, comforted them, and strengthened them is yours today. Unwavering, unshakable, unending. I see those moments when you put on a brave face while your heart breaks inside. I feel those times when you smile through your tears, pretending everything's fine. I know those seasons when you carry burdens too heavy to share. But beloved, you don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to hide your pain or mask your loneliness. My presence is your safe place. Your circumstances may change, but my presence remains constant. Your feelings may fluctuate, but my faithfulness stays steady. Your strength may falter, but my support never fails. I am the one constant in your ever-changing world, the anchor that holds when everything else shifts. Remember, even Jesus felt the sting of abandonment, when friends slept instead of praying, when disciples fled instead of standing, when crowds chose Barabbas instead of him. He experienced these depths so you would know that I understand your pain, that I feel your loneliness, that I comprehend your sense of isolation. But just as I was with him through it all, in the garden of anguish, on the cross of suffering, in the tomb of death, I am with you through every season. My presence didn't just raise him from death to life. It raises you from despair to hope, from abandonment to belonging, from isolation to intimate communion with me. Stop listening to the lies that say you're forgotten. Stop believing the whispers that claim you're alone. Stop accepting the deception that suggests you're abandoned. My presence in your life isn't just a theological truth. It's a personal reality, a moment-by-moment companionship, an eternal covenant of love. I see how the enemy tries to magnify your loneliness, amplify your fears, intensify your doubts. But remember, the same God who walked with Adam in the cool of the day, who wrestled with Jacob through the night, who sat with Elijah in his despair, walks with you now. My presence is your victory over every lie of isolation. Let my presence become your dwelling place. Let my faithfulness become your foundation. Let my love become your home. For you are never alone, not because of your ability to feel me, but because of my promise to never leave you. Those quiet moments, when loneliness echoes loudest, they're opportunities to experience my presence more deeply. Those dark times when abandonment feels most real, they're invitations to trust my faithfulness more fully. Those painful seasons when isolation cuts deepest, they're pathways to know my love more intimately. Even in this moment, as you read these words with a heart heavy from loneliness, I am here, not just as a distant comfort, but as an intimate presence, not just as a theological concept, but as a living reality, not just as a hopeful thought, but as your constant companion who will never leave your side. Let this truth penetrate every lonely corner of your heart. You are never alone, because I am never gone. When friends become distant, I draw closer. When family feels far, I remain near. When relationships fade, my love grows stronger. My presence isn't just a promise for the future. It's your reality right now. I see how the world's chaos makes you feel lost and isolated. I feel how the digital connections leave you longing for genuine intimacy. I know how the superficial greetings make your heart ache for deep understanding. But remember, I am the God who knows you fully and loves you completely. My presence offers the authentic connection your soul craves. Your worth isn't determined by who stays or leaves. Your value isn't measured by who remembers or forgets. Your importance isn't defined by who reaches out or pulls away. You are precious to me, and my presence in your life is the ultimate proof of your infinite worth. Stop searching for my presence in extraordinary manifestations. Stop looking for me only in dramatic moments. Stop waiting for spectacular signs to believe I'm near. I am with you in the ordinary moments, in the daily routines, in the quiet spaces. My presence fills every aspect of your life. Remember how I promised to be with you always, even to the end of the age. That wasn't just a comforting sentiment. It was a covenant, sealed with my own blood. When everything else proves temporary, my presence proves permanent. When all else fails, my faithfulness prevails. When nothing else remains, my love sustains. Let my presence become more real to you than your loneliness. Let my voice become clearer than your doubts. Let my love become stronger than your fears. For I am not just with you, I am for you, working in every circumstance, weaving every detail, turning every pain into purpose. Those tears you cry in secret, I collect them. Those prayers you whisper in darkness, I hear them. Those fears that keep you awake, I calm them. My presence isn't just sympathetic. It's active, engaging, transforming every aspect of your journey. Rise up in this truth today. Walk in this assurance. Live in this reality. You are never alone, because I am never gone. You are never abandoned, because I am always present. You are never forgotten, because I am always mindful of you. Trust in this truth. Rest in this promise. Walk in this certainty. For I am with you always, my beloved child, always and forever. Amen.